Today, I will be talking about the divorce stages and the effects it has on the different relationships that they have in that situation by Mackenzie Collins. Our first stage is denial. This is something that you feel in a lot of situations, not just divorce. Um, when you're in a situation and it goes wrong and it's not what you wanted, denial is mostly one of the first feelings that you feel. It's something an individual feels instantly when trying to handle the overwhelming feelings. Having the stage can help activate the grieving process instead of having the feelings and emotions hit you all at the same time. Instead, they're in stages. Just because denial is known to be a non-healthy strategy, it is a very common response, again, in many different situations. Anger is our second stage. Um, After denying everything and realizing what has happened or what could have happened, uh, anger starts to come out of you because you don't know how to handle all the emotion and feelings that you're having right now. Going through all of these emotions in one situation can be hard to express pain and frustration, so a lot of people tend to go towards anger. It will help you in the future if you find a healthy way to try and communicate and remember if you have children that you need to be able to get along with having to co-parent that child or children. Our third stage is bargaining. With the threat of marriage ending hanging over the people's heads, they might start to think of ways that the marriage could have been saved. Um, having Starting to think of all the if only questions. Um, if only I did this, or if only he did that, or didn't do that, things around there. Um, Recognizing what is actually happening and how some things are out of some people's control is good to keep in mind. These can lead to even more struggling feelings and emotions like guilt, anxiety, and blame, blaming yourself or blaming the other person in the situation. Our fourth stage is depression. This is a very normal stage in quite a few different situations. Having loved them or loving them still and not being able to be with the one that you love is very soul crushing, and depression is definitely one of those stages that is going to take a toll. This is a very complicated stage to get out of, not just in divorce, but in general. A quote from Family Means depression can change how individuals are like changes in sleep, not having interest in social activities, not eating, wanting to use substances to not feel anything, and using them as coping mechanisms. Our fifth stage is acceptance. This is the very last stage. Um, Very last stage of divorce is the healing process where this leads to moving past it and bringing certain changes to life. This doesn't always mean completely back to normal because the situation you just went through is very traumatic. But being able to understand that life is going to go on and you're going to have new opportunities, um, it'll be okay in the new reality. Making those mechanisms, if you had bad ones, making them clear up and learning to heal, having more compassion, and being okay with learning how to go on a different route and a different journey of healing. The last thing I'll be talking about is the effects that it has on children, because just because it's these individuals' marriage, it doesn't mean like if they have children that it's not affecting them in a way. It all depends on the children's age. If they're going to remember if, and like how much it's going to affect them. Because when they're so little that they might not even think about it in that certain way. But it might affect the children the way they perform in academics, never wanting to go to activities, difficulty adapting to change, maybe coming home from school and always seeing both of your parents, but now you can only see one. It's definitely going to change the way they act. Um, they might be emotionally sensitive, resulting in anger, destructive behavior, maybe at school, getting in trouble. And the loss of faith in a family unit and feelings of guilt, maybe thinking that they're the reason that their parents don't want to be together, um, which is very common.